Oh, that's it. Let's get to it.
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be at the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
Guten Abend. Welcome, Trish.
This man looks suspicious.
Hey, Juliana, welcome. Welcome all. I hope you both doing okay.
Leave me alone.
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking White Horse.
Lol. Guten Abend.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
If she had listened to you, she would still be alive. Should I take that to be a confession?
With that sort of thinking, you must send a lot of innocent men to prison. Under different circumstances, I might even find you amusing, sir.
It's no time for amusement, Mr. Fraser. It is time to find your fiancé's killer. Did you know what her plans were for the evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
That sound like the film Biker Grove, man. YA man. Newcastle in it. They do a bit. Let's click that.
And you believed her?
And why not, sir? She was my fiancée.
That did not stop her from lying to you before. Betty was not a bad girl, but she did like to take advantage of her success with men.
How dare you sully her memory?
I am not interested in memories of her, Mr. Fraser. I am looking for a killer, and I need you to be my closest ally. That is, unless you have something to hide.
Of course I don't.
Très bien. So, what were we saying? Where were you yesterday evening?
I looked everywhere for her, but in vain. When she said she was going to have dinner with her sister on a weekday, I thought it was strange. I tried not to think about it, but I was like a lion in a cage. I was convinced she was lying. So I went round all the restaurants in the town. When I didn't find her, I went to the next town. But nothing. I must have got home about midnight or 1 o'clock.
Did anybody see you?
I don't think so. I didn't talk to anybody. I was so furious.
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Here we go. Did Donald have motive for Betty's murder? Yes. Not that one. Okay, not that one. Done. Yeah, it's just a continuation of the one yesterday, Trish. At a way earlier time. Did Donald have motive for Betty's murder? Yeah, the Betty is the second person who's been murdered. It's the second one. Nope. 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 I need to find the correct two, and it gives the answer. Yeah, what it was, Trish, I wanted to play something completely different from Strange Brigade. Nope. Nope. Oops. Oops. Come on. Here we go. Oh, it was for the from my PC, Trish. It's just a donation goal what I set beforehand. Oh, thanks, Trish. I don't mind playing different games. It makes it more interesting. Did Donald have a motive for Betty's murder? What am I missing here? I need the right two combination. Cool. What am I missing? No. I've done that one. I've got all the clues I need, I just need to find the right pair. I'm gonna go nuts with this. That's it. Did Donald have a motive for a murder? There we go. There we go. There we go. Thanks for the likes, guys. Always appreciated. Thank you very much. I've unlocked a few things. Return to the crime scenes.
No need to insist. I will certainly have the opportunity to question him again.
I think that's it, and then I can go into the crime
I've
scenes.
finished with this subject.
Let's go. Go, go, go.
Hastings looks... Hastings is...
Let's carry on.
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Jap to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene.
So I have to recreate the crime scene, I think.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
Let's go to change.
Miss Betty enters the hut.
No. It wasn't hut number 5. Let us think again, mon cher.
Choose number 6, I think. No.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand.
I actually finished earlier.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
No. But, yeah, I finished slightly earlier because it was really quiet. I finished 40 minutes earlier, 45 minutes earlier. So like now I would have just finished work normally, just.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6.
I think that's the one. Change.
Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code.
Let's go for that one.
The killer tries to remove his victim's belt. She panics and tries to stop him. She runs away, pursued by her assailant.
No, there is no sign of a chase. Things must have happened differently. Let us think again, mon cher.
Okay.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6.
So it's number 6. She gets changed.
Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code.
Yeah, so that's right. Let's advance.
They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise.
Why did she remove her belt?
The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
There you go, success.
Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by signing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless, but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
Because she's a div. Well, that's one way of putting it. That's all filled out. Okay, back to London. Go, go, go.
Right, back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
I'm coming, Poirot. According to the guide, the next train departs shortly.
Right, back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
There we go. Because she's a div. That's one way of pulling it.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling. poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard.
By the way, Hastings, what day is it?
Well, looking at the calendar, it's the 30th. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
Merci. Oh, what's this?
In his haste, Hastings tore the envelope.
Silly Billy. So let's compare the letters, which I think you do.
It is not a good time.
Here we go.
Hello, Jap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Churston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back. It is not a good time.
What does he say there? I need to examine the envelope. Compare the new one. Compare the new letter with the old letters.
It is not.
So how do I do that?
Poor Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather.
Yes. The address written on this envelope is wrong. The killer wrote White Horse Mansions. Whitehaven, White Horse.
Poor Mr. Poirot.
I can't do anything with it. Oh, something saved.
It is not a.
How do I compare the letters? So that's the characters. It's not that one. That's what I have to do. I think I have to flip it. So what do I do with this? It says you have to compare, but What am I missing?
It is not a good time.
I'll figure it out.
Daily Flicker, July 30, 1935. ABC affair, no progress. The alphabet murderer
I could
is still
try
on the
that.
run. Ever since the police found the
I could try
connection
that.
between the Bexhill and Andover affairs, the inquiry has barely progressed. In this issue, we are publishing provocative letters sent by the killer to Hercule Poirot. Unfortunately, they have not yet helped to find him. Daily Flicker, July the 26th, 1935. The Bexhill Horror. Young maid strangled on the beach. Killer struck at midnight. It is not a good time.
Because normally you work from
It is not a good time.
his desk. I've probably missed something. Let's keep it. Let's walk around. Oh.
Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag. Bexhill-on-Sea, Sussex, population 24,703.
Okay. These things I haven't done before because I've never viewed them. Let's keep going.
I lock my revolver in this drawer.
Okay, so it's not that.
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry! We have to get to Churston before the murder!
You're right, Hastings. It is an emergency.
At last, Poirot, you're being reasonable. Poirot, you were right. I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning. After the murder.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Although I have very little doubt about what we will find.
Okay. Now let's see if you will let me compare. Let's see if you will let me compare the letters. They're all here. Go on down here.
Right.
Here we go.
Let us compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Let us examine the characters in this word. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
So basically you have to look for certain characters.
Yes, this eye is weird.
Yeah, and then you compare the eye with this one.
Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
And there's an A here.
Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
No, there'd be one more. I think there's one more character. Which should be the W, I think.
The W is not printed properly.
It should
Right.
match.
Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why does the murderer warn us so late? Nope. Yeah, it arrived late because of an error.
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
Yeah, catch you later, Trish. See you later.
I have some news from Churchton. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train. The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friends. I will come soon.
Here we go.
The body is just in front of a bush. One of the only bushes in the surrounding area. The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled.
Let's do the surroundings before I click on him.
This place is very calming.
Okay, wildflowers, rabbit hole.
The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening. Jap has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth. A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms. Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet. An oriental dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened. It is pointless.
Let's keep going.
Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises. An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time. Apart from the wound to the... Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision,
Savage.
a professional murder.
Okay, there's 3 clues.
The gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
When he was killed.
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
I don't think he did. There we go.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing. The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
Okay. Question the victim's brother.
I had better go up to campsite.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest. There is something elegant about her.
It's always the same thing, always observe them.
She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Okay.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave now. It is not the right time. It is not the right...
Okay. We didn't even get to speak to her.
Hastings does not like very hot tea. He's going to blow on his cup for a good while before drinking. Hastings.
Okay.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him.
Yeah, I still want to
It
do
is
it. Okay.
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
And did people of the village know Sir Carmichael's habits?
I don't know. It's possible.
What were you doing last night?
After dinner, I went to my bedroom. At 11 in the evening, the telephone rang. It was the police. I went to look for my brother.
Was it a dark night?
It was a new moon. I took a lantern.
So it was you who found the body?
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Gray get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
Here we go.
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming. There are some very valuable objects here. Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC, purchased in Hong Kong 1935.
Okay. Go, go, go. Wow, 7 clues.
A turtle. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme.
It's a lot of clues for one section.
A dragon.
Dragon. There's 3.
It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic.
Okay, there's 4.
A crane? A tiger? Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. I'm not going to leave now.
What am I missing? Done that. Maybe it's in the background. Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh, not puzzles. Okay.
The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him.
Okay. Obviously the colours mean a bit. Red, blue, black and white.
Turtle, the dragon, the crane and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
Okay. This is going to take a while. Okay. Yeah, I think it depends on the table.
A dragon.
So a dragon.
A turtle. A crane? A tiger.
Okay. Let's try again.
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
I guess it ties up with the red, blue, black and white. White and black. Oops, backwards. It's gonna take me forever to do this. Oh, crap. It's 2 layers each. See the layers? Okay. So it's like a puzzle in a puzzle. Just give me a second, guys. trying to figure out a quick way of doing this. Otherwise this is going to take forever. There's a white dot.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
Okay.
I think I heard a bang. Could it be this cupboard? This is interesting.
Oh, there we go. That was quite lucky. GG. Yeah, it's all sorted, Julian. It's all good. I was trying to match the colours.
Slogan. MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comsite Churton, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that
Thanks,
Lady
Juliana.
Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan. These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
Here's Miss Grey.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
I knew that. I have better things to... She appears to be very flustered.
Just a minute, please, Mr. Poirot.
The brooch is missing.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangshi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colours.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
Did you have a good relationship with your employer?
He treated me well, and I am sorry for his death.
Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
What were you doing yesterday evening at the time of the murder?
I was sleeping. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns and they found the body.
What are your feelings about Franklin Clark?
What an odd question. Of course I think he's a good man. He's energetic, nice, very sociable.
Miss Gray, if I may be so bold, please do not take offence. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Gray at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene.
Hopefully this is straightforward.
Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush. The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it.
Let's try the left.
The killer leaves his hiding place on the left-hand side. He walks over the gravel on the path. The noise alerts Sir Clark, who turns around.
No, it's the
No,
right hand.
Sir Clark was attacked by surprise. He could not see his assailant. Let us think again, mon cher. Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush.
So he waits.
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it. The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass. Then he throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving.
I think that's it.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings.
There we go.
That is exactly what happened.
Just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Kirst, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
Okay. You just stop saying the modifiable object. To use it, select the object in inventory, click the icon. Okay. What am I missing? It says 2 out of 2. What am I missing? Two clues.
I ought to concentrate on my guests. Franklin Clark always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel.
Okay, so 2 out of 2.
The song says, "Sometimes I love a blonde who comes from Eden by way of Sweden. But I am not sure that this blonde is an angel." Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. Donald is always on edge.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Donald Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he is trying hard to control himself. She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time.
Mr. Poirot, I don't like being stared at. If you have something to say, would you please say it to me?
She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him?
That's a good question.
I wish to thank you all for coming. I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
You are an intelligent woman, Mademoiselle Barnard, and I'm sure that you have already understood my intentions.
You think that if we put our heads together, we might come up with something new?
I am convinced of it. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name by chance starts with P.
Must we go into that?
No, of course. Not if it makes you uncomfortable.
Come on, Mr. Poirot. I imagine we all feel terribly uncomfortable about these murders.
It's true. We've to catch the killer, not be spared the gory details.
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard, did your sister say she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Why would she hide the fact from you?
Betty knew I didn't approve of her behaviour. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Silly things. Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Your sister used to sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about it, but she had a very bad cough. It troubled her greatly. She had to cancel auditions and miss lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Yep. Yep. He is. Cold. Is the killer generous? Yes. Oops, wrong one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is calculative, sure of himself, a seducer, of outstanding intelligence, that he has plenty of self-control, and that he likes railways. It's a good start. Other meetings may be necessary. I hope that you will be able to come back again.
Well, it's just that...
Is something bothering you, Mary?
Well, Mr. Poirot, you see, I don't know if I can come to London just like that.
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clark, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clark has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon. The meeting was most fruitful.
Really?
Hastings, I believe now we have everything we need to find a common point between the victims. Now it is time for us to use our grey matter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Here we go. Oops. What do the victims have in common? This is probably wrong, but I'll keep going. Well, that went quite well. That was quick.
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clark.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clark's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
Very well, as you wish. Thank you for coming, Mr. Poirot. Lady Clark is waiting for you in her bedroom on the first floor. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the interview. I've to take Miss Gray to the station to see our lawyer in Torquay.
Are you going on holiday, mademoiselle?
Not exactly, Mr. Poirot.
Miss Gray very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs, but naturally she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle.
Hey, Quacko, welcome.
It is not the right time. It's closed. It would be rude. It would be...
Stay as it is.
It would be rude to make Lady Clark...
Okay. Upstairs we go.
This poor woman is very ill. This woman is suffering. She is in no state to have a conversation. It would be rude to make Lady Clark wait any longer.
Mr. Poirot?
My respects, madame.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Have you seen the nurse? She should have been here by now. Oh, I'm sorry.
The telephone in the hall is ringing.
Go, go, go.
The Clark residence. Detective Hercule Poirot speaking.
How do you do, Mr. Poirot? I'm Lady Clark's nurse. I wanted to let you know that I won't be able to come for her injection today. Might Miss Gray be able to do it?
She has just left, but I will take care of it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You'll find the skeleton key to open the medicine cabinet hidden in the lion trophy.
You can count on me. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Oh, thank you kindly. Goodbye, Mr. Poirot.
She was very kind. Kind of overly kind, I think.
Here is the skeleton key.
What else do I've got one of two.
April 1925, Aceh Province, Sumatra. Lady Clark is in pain. It is not the right time. Lady Clark is in...
Before I go anywhere, let's check. Check this.
Lady Clark is in...
Oops. Check this.
Lady Clark.
Okay, here we go. It says it's locked away. I guess this is the right place.
Lady Clark is in pain.
Ah, Mr. Poirot. Oh, I feel better now. Thank you for your help.
That's better.
You asked for me, chère madame.
Yes, yes, of course, I wish to speak with you. But what was it about?
No doubt. You wish to talk to me about what happened to your husband?
Ah, yes. Oh, poor Carmichael. Has the madman who killed him been caught?
Not yet, chère madame. There was a great many people in Cheston on the day of the murder.
Indeed. People go straight to the beach. They don't come near Coomside.
So, there were no strangers around the house that day?
Who said that?
The people who live here. Your brother-in-law, Miss Gray.
Miss Gray? Oh, I don't like her. Franklin wanted her to stay, but I insisted she should go immediately.
You are entitled to do so, naturally.
I'm pleased that you approve. The others have been taken in by her. But at least you can see through that self-pity act. See what she's up to. Oh.
She's asleep.
This subject would probably be useful to me. I've finished with this.
Okay.
This subject would probably be useful to me.
Take it.
I've finished. She's sleeping. I must find a way to wake her up gently.
Get in a bit.
This couple appears to be having fun. Lady Clark and Sir Carmichael were very happy, but they did not have any children.
Okay. Let's be nosy.
I must find a way to wake.
So I need to wake up first.
I must. It is not the right.
What have I got to wake her up? So I need to wake her up again. So I've got combs, a key, and the spring.
I must find.
Okay. Let's go back upstairs.
I've finished.
Anything else? Done that.
She's sleeping. I must find a way to wake her up gently.
Comb? To wake her up gently. Oops.
Lady Clark and Sir Carmichael were very happy, but they did not have any children.
What am I missing? I've got all those. Here we go.
This subject will probably be useful to me.
Here we go. Here's a puzzle.
The mechanism appears to be broken. The mechanism appears to be broken.
I've got a spring. Okay.
This spring appears to be broken.
Choose my spring.
I hope that Hastings will not be cross with me. This part appears to be working. Does not make any sound.
Okay. So let's try. One, two. Let's try that. That worked quite well first time.
Oh, what are we talking about? Ah, yes, Thora Grey. Oh, Carmichael had great esteem for her, but for me she was nothing but a hypocrite.
You're probably right, madame.
I agree with her.
You have seen through her. I'm so pleased that I've convinced you.
Well, I appear to have been wrong about Thora Grey.
So you all agree. How nice it is to be all of the same mind.
Miss Grey did look after you very well, though.
Outwardly. But she's hiding something. I think she tried to poison me.
Miss Grey? A poisoner? But everybody appears to like her.
It proves she knows what she's doing. She's manipulative and she's a liar.
A liar?
Let's see, didn't she say that on the day of the crime nobody was around Coomside?
That is correct.
Well, at 11 o'clock I saw her talking to someone.
Really? And what was this man like?
An ordinary sort of man with a very plain face. Oh, I don't remember well.
Was he a gentleman?
No, he was not a gentleman.
It would be best to leave her to sleep now. The telephone in the hall is ringing.
Let's get the phone again. So much lurking today. Hope you lurkers like this show. Sorry, this game. Let's get the phone.
Hello?
Poirot, is that you? Hastings here.
Thank you for calling. Have you received a new letter from the murderer?
No, thank goodness. How are things in Churston?
I questioned Lady Clark, but I will not leave until I have examined everything of interest to me here. Fortunately, Franklin is absent, and I have a skeleton key.
Have you seen Thora Grey again?
Briefly. But rest assured, I intend to summon her to London soon.
She's a fascinating girl.
But secretive. I would like to ask her a few questions.
Poirot, she wouldn't hurt a fly.
Each to his own, my friend. Yours are pretty often mine old ladies that have the maladies.
Poirot, are you mocking me?
No ill intended, rest assured. À bientôt, mon ami.
Here we go. Let's do some digging. Let's come back to this room. Let's do some walkabouts.
The Black Dragon's Curse. To Franklin, who will never grow up. January 25, 1928. Car Charlotte.
Okay. No, not that one.
Miss Thora Grey, Comside, Churston, Devon. Arsenic trioxide thallium.
Isn't that poison?
How am I going to open this trunk?
Oh, no.
Let us examine it.
Not another puzzle.
That does not appear to be very useful. That does not appear...
Okay. So I need a 4-digit code.
The Black Dragon's Curse. To Franklin, who will never grow up.
Let's try 1928. I might be wrong.
How am I going to...
19. 2. Nope. I think I'll have to come back for that. That combination could be anywhere. Let's go this way.
Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. Sir Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum. The door is locked.
Let's try the key. Here we go.
This unit contains the medical records for Sir Carmichael Clark's patients. Let us study them closely and see if there are any familiar names. No dust on the records from A to D. They've been handled recently. No known names. Disappointing. Lots of dust. The records from E to Z have not been touched for years. No known names. Disappointing.
Okay.
I see some papers that were not there the first time I visited. These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here. Valuers report Court and Brunskill. The name is familiar. Is that not the name of the firm Donald Fraser works for?
Okay. Let's keep going.
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comside Churton, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case. so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan. Order unmethodable. I've already seen similar daggers. A dark dragon for a bright-haired maid. C. Attention, Franklin. Task list. A. Ordering Lady Clark remedies. Done. B. Tidying up real estate property files. Done. C. Calling the lawyer about inventory. Done. D. Update the tenant-farmer list. Done. E. Update land rent accounting. Done. F. Ordering a restock of arsenic. Done. P.S. I have left on the living room table some of my things I don't want to keep. The locket and the dagger. I am sure you know why. Thora.
Okay.
Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC, purchased in Hong Kong 1935. There are some very valuable objects here.
I don't think there's much else to look at.
Traditional Chinese map. Facsimile. South is on the top of the map.
Run. Is this it? I've done that, Done that. Let's keep going. That needs a combination of sorts. Let's keep going. I have no idea what it could be. Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh God. Let's come back to that.
July 1920. Alaska Peninsula.
So much investigating. Never got 2 puzzles to complete.
February 1922, South Africa.
I can hear her.
Franklin appears to be very active.
The room must be above where Poirot is standing, because you can hear the music box.
Franklin Clark appears to be a typical British gentleman. A good sportsman, a hunter, a traveller.
I think that's it for this section. Let's keep going. Oh, not. You can have so many puzzles. Okay.
A Chinese symbol is engraved on this metal disc. This character appears to be the wrong way round. I should continue to study this cupboard. This character appears to be the wrong way round. I should continue to study this cupboard. That's it! This character appears to be the right way round. Like this character appears to be the right way round. Like this character appears to be the right way round. The position of this character looks right to me. Well, well. The characters engraved on this padlock resemble those engraved on the metal discs. No, it's not the right code. Let us check the Chinese characters again. No, it's not the right code. Let us check the Chinese characters again.
I don't know which is the correct way to put them in. It's the right characters, but which order? Let's put them in backwards. So okay.
No, it's not the right.
So which is the okay, I think I figured it. See where the item is actually on the disc. That's on the far left. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. So let's try that in position 1. So let's put that one there.
No, it's not the right code.
Yes, shh, be quiet. Okay. So this one is that one. That's right. There we go. GG.
At last.
Hey, guten Abend. Welcome. I've solved all the puzzles so far, Hank. Welcome. There's 2 more puzzles to do.
Genteel and wild. English countryside revisited.
Thank you. But there's another puzzle in this room, and there's another puzzle outside that door. So,
Helmet, flask, and rifles. Franklin is very well equipped. Traveling in China, a practical guide for English travelers. The Railway Children, E. Nesbitt. For Franklin, und Effie's Christmas, 1910.
okay. Here's another puzzle. Here we go.
This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it. This plate appears to be able to move.
So then it's blocking it.
I must need something to continue.
You can try a key. I don't think it'll fit.
This skeleton key would be very useful for opening the locks I have not yet been able to open.
Okay. You can try it, but it won't work.
This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it.
I need to find the object that goes into there.
This plate appears...
I need to find whatever that is. So you got silver, black, silver, silver, black, black, black. I don't know what goes there. There's also this box here. She might still be asleep.
Best to leave.
Yeah. Close. What it is, I need a combination for this. Hey,
How am
Coco.
I going to open this trunk? Let us examine it.
But I don't know what the code is. Okay, let's try 1927. Could be this. 1, 9. There we go.
Leaving the code on the trunk. What a strange character Franklin is.
Not another puzzle. A puzzle in a puzzle. 31, 28, 5. Okay. They don't make this easy, do they? How you doing, Hank? Are you okay? You know when you have like no idea what a puzzle is? It's got a semicolon, it's got 2 colons there. So 7. Seven. You got 7 to 20. Let's try 720. Nope, it's not that one. $7.31, maybe. Hey, Trevor, welcome. How you doing, Trevor? You're just looking. I'm just in a big puzzle. I have no idea. I'm trying to work out. It's got 5 in red. That's in black. $28. $5.20. Oops, cancel. Maybe the writing in the red maybe has something to do with it. Nice. Let's try this. Let's try 528. Okay, you can't. Okay, it has to be exact minutes. Hey, Pedro, welcome, dude. I broke the mod wall. Congrats. How you doing, Pedro? Are you okay? I'm gonna go crazy. That's 7. So that's 7. 31. $28 doesn't work. $7. Hey, MVL, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. Okay.
So, what is this sound?
Ooh. There we go. I think I've done it. Yay.
I should be able to open the trunk now. There we are.
Nice, GG. I managed to do it without googling the solution. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Pedro. I'm good. Nice to see all you badasses. Oh god, not some more puzzles. Okay.
A pile of books, including one about dragons. Nothing interesting.
Okay. It's weird, but there'd be empty drawers. I just smashed the lock. I think Hank said the same thing yesterday. Or something like that. I know he said something like it. Oh.
Why has Franklin put an Allen key inside his trunk? I'll borrow it for a minute.
Yeah, I think I'll need that. Ooh.
Whiskey and other good quality drinks. Mr. Clark really has refined tastes.
I think I need this
Whiskey and other
Allen
good
key
quality.
for the
Whiskey and other good...
Shh, be quiet. Anything else here? I think I need the Allen key set.
Whiskey and other good quality.
I think that's it. Here we go. Okay. So what am I missing? It's like there's probably something underneath the drawers. We already smashed a lot of stuff yesterday. Yeah. Here we go.
An Allen key. It can be used in 5 positions.
Nope. Okay. There we go. They like to make this difficult, don't they?
An Allen key.
Shh. Yes. No. Yes.
Another screw.
Now this one on the left. Nice.
This engraving is not very easy to understand. I need to sort it out.
I've never known a box to have so many puzzles. Okay, so it's the UK then. Hopefully this is the
Franklin must really love his
There we
country
go.
to have
GG.
an engraving in his trunk. I think I heard the panel above release.
indeed MVL. Okay. So what do I do with this? Oh, I must still be missing something. Here we go.
A signet ring? A signet ring with a code written on it. 1587. It may be useful to me.
Okay. Now it is for another puzzle. No, it's this one. Thanks for the likes, guys, by the way. No, it's this one. I think I have to use... Always worth a try. No.
The
Okay.
plates
Wow.
around the
There you go.
picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
Okay. Yes, yes. On his trophies. Another nightmare. Puzzles, stop puzzles. Oh, there's been quite a few puzzles in this MVL. So it's not that one. Thinking.
The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
Okay, I'll be back in a second. See, I'm back. Thanks, Trevor. So is our host. Thank you very much. Now, I just need to light. It says it was to do with his trophies. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 14 items there. Yes. So where's the 14 trophies? 14.
Franklin Clark appears to be a typical British gentleman. A good sportsman, a hunter, a traveller.
Trevor. Yep. So I need to find the answers. It's not that one.
The Railway Children, E. Nesbit. For Franklin.
I'm not sure where to find the results.
Traveling in China. And
I don't know. How do I know which is the correct way?
the plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
Unless you draw hair. Oh god. You guys. I don't know which is the right way. If anybody has any ideas, you're welcome to share, because I have no idea. Back seating is allowed on this stream, without a doubt. We'll figure it out.
The Lion of Sumatra.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The African kudu.
Okay. Oops. I guess there's one more.
The Alaskan Kodiak bear.
Is that it?
I heard the sound of a mechanism.
Yay, GG.
Strange way of protecting one's safe. Triangulating
Hey,
one's
Aiden
item
SB,
sites on the
welcome.
map.
Mr. Strongbow. Call you badasses in the stream. Oh, not a combination lock. I'm gonna go crazy. It's puzzle. It's a puzzle within a puzzle.
A signet ring bearing the Clark's family's coat of arms. A number is written on it.
One 587. There we go.
These documents are very likely going to help me for the rest of the inquiry.
19 there you go. Oh, you couldn't have an itchy throat.
A dozen gold sovereigns.
Damn.
Some shares for the Southern Railway and some treasury bills. This is not worth much, hardly enough to justify your robbery. A dozen gold sovereigns. Some shares for the Southern Railway and some treasury bills. This is not worth much, hardly enough to justify your robbery. Charlotte Clark, Comside, Churston, Devon. To Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Chim Sha Tsui, Kowloon, Hong Kong, Comside, 1935, January 1st. I wish you with all my heart a happy year 1935. Writing my greeting cards, I have affectionate thoughts for you. Always smiling as a child, sailing to distant countries and bringing back to us trunks full of wonder. At home, everything annoys me, starting with this young Thora Sir Carmichael is so fond of. I have nobody to share my feelings with, so I write to you. How can I tell you what happens to me? The simplest way the better. I am doomed. I still have 1 year to live, no more. How do I know? I opened the secret drawer of Carmichael and read a letter not addressed to me. In this letter, Dr. Logan tells my husband in the most direct way the truth he conceals from me. So, I know. But my husband doesn't know I know. Please don't tell him. And if he shares the truth with you, act as you were surprised. Carl will probably speak in his usual convoluted way, but I wanted to be the first to announce it to you. It does matter to me that you are aware of what happens in Comside. Warm regards, Charlotte. Eton College School Year 1912-1913. Franklin Clark. School report for Franklin Clark. According to his teachers, Franklin was a good student, but lacked discipline. Sir Carmichael Clark, Comside Churston, Devon, to Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Tsim Kowloon, Hong Kong. Comside, 1935, January the 12th. Dear Franklin, first, I wish you a good start to a successful new year. I have received your letter dated December 10th. Thanks for defending my interest against Wang, this robber. Things could have got pretty bad if you weren't a real cold-blooded guy. I envy you for that. Things go on here much as usual. Charlotte is moderately free from pain. I wish one could say more. You may remember Thora Gray. She is a dear girl and a greater comfort to me that I can tell you. I should not have known what to do through this bad time but for her. She has an exquisite taste and shares my passion for Chinese art. No daughter could be a closer or more sympathetic companion. Life has been difficult, but I am glad to feel that here she has a home and true affection. You wrote me you want to stay in China for 1 more year or even longer. I don't object. The longer you stay, the more opportunities you will have to increase our collection. Nonetheless, you should know that we miss you here, and that Charlotte will be gone by the time you come back. I am, dear Franklin, your truly affectionate brother.
Hey Daz, welcome. MVL knows all the cheats. Oh dear, welcome. What's next? Inspect the mansion surroundings. Let's go. Let's go this way.
Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from?
Oh, you have a game genie as well. Yeah, I come across this maybe 2 years ago, Daz. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to go back inside. Damn it. Yeah, it does a bit. I think there's a fountain off screen. Let's have a look.
Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from?
Let's go this way. Actually, let's keep going.
Something makes me feel uncomfortable. Brown pellets. Revolting. Tut-tut. The gardener does not follow the alignment. There, that's better. It is symmetrical.
Reminds me of that game that Rocking played with the peeing. I don't know that one. I think I must have missed that.
There, that's better. It is symmetrical.
Still a rat.
Brown pellet. Revolting.
Okay, let's go this way.
This fountain makes a very relaxing sound.
I guess he doesn't think it sounds like ping. Let's go here.
It was probably the gardener who lit this fire. Look here. I wonder if someone wanted to get rid of these papers. This object would probably be useful to me. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Oh, here we go. It's not that one. There we go.
Everything that Thorgray has left
easy.
behind comes from Sir Carmichael's collection. He most probably gave them to her, but she chose to leave them here rather than run the risk of being accused of theft. It is understandable when you know just how much Lady Clark mistrusted her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is Thor a poisoner? Could be. So it's not that one. There we go.
Thorgray had no reason to kill someone who only had few months left to live. The poison she ordered was for rats. The gardener must have made good use of it, considering the stinking remains on the path, not far from the property. I've finished here. I must put the skeleton key back and inform Hastings that I'm returning to London.
Yeah, I've never heard of that NVL, the retro freak. I've never heard of that one. I just wait for German killer. Yeah, don't worry, I don't think the killer is German.
May you have peace, Carmichael. Charlotte.
Telephone Hastings. Hastings is his partner, but who's in London? I think that's it. This is where one of the third crime happened here. For the people who don't know, this is 2016. 2016. It's very easy to run, so that's one of the reasons I picked it. I think it's 2016. Vetron 5. No, I've never heard of that one either. This is also the GOG release, so it's got no DRM. Okay, let's go this way. I've already explored all of this. Telephone.
I must put the skeleton key back and inform Hastings that I'm returning to London.
So I have to put the key back.
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important.
Okay. I think you have to put the key back. This is where we found the key. I think we have to put the key back. There we
Perfect. Go. Nothing else is keeping me here. Hello, Hastings. I have finished in Sherstone. I will take the first train. Tell me, do you know how to restore writing on a burnt document?
Yes, you just have to soak a cloth with a hydrochloric acid solution and rub the sheet of paper. Then the characters appear.
Bien. You have been of great assistance, Hastings. Could you please order the solution as soon as possible?
Of course, but what documents do you want to read?
You will see, my friend. À ce soir.
À ce soir, mon ami. We need Vlad here. Hi, Michael, and welcome. You got to put the new piece through its paces. Yes.
Donald Fraser is here. He insisted on waiting to see you.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest games I have that's to push was yesterday. I've got a Batman Arkham Knight. Thanks, Hank. And I tried that one on high settings, and that was more of a challenge. Just wondering, would you mind PM me your sound settings to me? I can show you on OBS. My mic is maxed in OBS, and I think in the Windows sound settings it is 90%. Indeed, Michael, indeed. But my desktop audio in OBS is set just under -15.
I lock my revolver.
Is that a croc? You've got croc, you've made an appearance. I don't think there's anything here. Nope.
Hastings, it would appear that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
I wish the inspector. Thanks, Hank. I think Poirot sounds better than me with his French accent.
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations.
You've been looking into a script for OBS to adjust PC performance while streaming. Yeah, that's good, really. That'd be pretty neat if you can pull that off, Michael. To adjust settings on the fly.
Daily Blag, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his moustache, of which he is so proud, being duller than usual.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
Yeah, you could be right, Michael. So the dogs are getting most of it. Fair enough.
Ah, some cool hair.
I guess we talk to the dude. Stop being weird. Stop walking. Here we go. Why does he keep doing that? Okay. Why won't it let me talk? I need to talk to him, but it won't let me talk to him. That's weird. This guy's gonna be pissed. It keeps backing it. Yeah. It says I need to talk to him, but he won't let me.
This bottle is for our visitors.
Here we go.
Personally, I prefer the sherry.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you all here. Here we go. I can do it.
This man is tired. Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Mr. Poirot, I don't know why I'm here.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Poirot, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her round the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Yeah, that's a proper northerner here, Scottish. Poor Donald. Oh, good SB. Oh, you guys. How should Donald's dream be interpreted? I think I've made a mistake. When it's correct, that will suddenly turn green. So I've got the wrong. The thing is, I was reading the chat. So I missed actually what the hell he was talking about. There we go.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancée? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Grey to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her. Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question. You lied to us, and I demand to know why.
But what are you talking about?
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size, glasses, dark suit, and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
Mademoiselle, the circumstances of your departure do not appear very clear.
Mr. Poirot, your questions are offensive. I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston. Are you planning on going back to collect them?
No. I prefer not to carry the weight of the past.
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Oh, that's nice of you, Jeanette, and welcome. As soon as I finish these puzzles, I'll have to end the stream because I need to have some dinner. Yeah, welcome. Ooh. Okay, it's not that one. What's the of married Sir Carmichael? So I need to get the right combination. So 3 of these fit here, and when you get the correct 3, it will reveal the last one. Not that one. It's not that one. If in doubt, press them all. Oops, not that one. So I've got the wrong combination. Yeah, no worries, SB. I'm finishing soon anyway. Welcome back, Hank. Yeah, when I solve this, I will. I think I'll end the stream. Okay, let's go for that one. That one. There we go.
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she's calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Endless things to do. Is there another common point between the murders? A stocking box and a account book? Yes. Yes. We've already seen. It says there's a door-to-door salesman. We've actually seen him briefly. There we go.
It's perfectly clear, Hastings, perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest to Jap.
I think I'll end it there, everyone. I just came across a cool song, but only because of the beat. Okay. Well, I've got to go and eat something. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the likes, the support. For all you badasses for being here. And I'll see you soon. I think I'll either continue this tomorrow or Saturday. It'll be the one or the other. That's it. See you later, everyone.